Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, where last episode guys we started work on revamping the West Coast. We completely deleted everything and we ultimately started from scratch again in setting up a bunch of routes, and it's a lot more efficient than it once was. It's took a little bit of a hit, but what we're getting set up right now is going to expand the West Coast to be a competitor to the East Coast, hopefully in the future. Now what we done was we ripped out the whole highway system. We got some trains in feeding the wheat to the food processing plants in Fresno. It now takes the food directly to the distribution hub, just like how it does on the East Coast, and we have a separate line picking up the food, taking it to the individual cities that we have set up. Now not all of it works. We got the bare minimum done in the last episode. We have the route coming back to Fresno into LA, but it actually doesn't deliver any food because we've got to kind of configure that all up. We've got to get Las Vegas and potentially all the way up to Salt Lake City on this line as well, and extend the line from Fresno all the way up to Portland and Seattle, which is then going to eventually set us up for utilizing the machine plants in LA, taking the machines to the distribution center, and then the machines with the food to the individual cities. It's quite the task, but we're going to try and hopefully make some progress towards it today. So if you are enjoying Transport Fever 2 and want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So, like I said before, we currently get taking the food to the distribution hub, and it then delivers it to the individual cities. So before we do any work right now, there's two cities, LA and Fresno, where it technically doesn't deliver food for many different reasons. So we're going to try and fix this before we add anything else on the line. So the obvious one in LA is pretty simple. Right now, when the food comes in, I mean, the easiest way to show you is, when does the next train bring the load of food in? Are you the train? No. Are you the train there? No. Are you the train? Yes. Right, let's watch this one when it delivers the food to the distribution hub, and then it kind of evenly distributes the goods on the platforms. So just give us a moment for this to come in, and then you can kind of see not the issue that we have, but where we're not getting the food going. So right now we have food that's going to Phoenix, to LA, to Hermosillo, and we got two to Fresno. One is bringing the food from Fresno, one's taking food back. I probably do need to rename those. But we just wait for this train to come in. It's not this one. I believe it might be this one here coming up right now. I think that one's a little bit too small to be the train, right? Yeah, that one's a little bit too small to be the train. It's got to be this one, boys. It's got to be this one. Zooming in right now. Oh, no, that's even smaller as well. How long is this line? It's longer than I actually thought it would be. Right, are you dropping in? What are you dropping in? Nothing. Okay, so it's definitely this one. I think I might need to put some signals going halfway up right now so I can kind of move them along a little bit quicker. Oh my goodness me. Right, this is the train here. Skadoodling in. Yeah, we can tell the difference because this one is a little bit longer. Is it full to the brim though? Not quite just yet, so we're not ready to kind of expand it just yet. So, like I said, when this comes in and drops the food off, you'll see right now, it only really satisfies the Hermosillo and Phoenix route. So, in reality, it's only taking it to these two cities, not to LA and not to Fresno. Even though it's coming from Fresno, it's not taken to Fresno, but LA one's pretty obvious. It comes into here, and this is the radius that we have for the cargo. Now, if I go to add in, the easy way to do it like this, where they want the food demands all the way over here. So what we have to do, I mean, obviously, you said, why don't you build it here? Well, the reason for it is I also want to feed San Diego with the food as well. So we're going to set up a little vehicle hub here where the food gets dropped off, and we have a line that goes over to there, and a line that goes over to here. Then all of a sudden, we've got two cities now on that food route, so we should then start seeing food being distributed over there. And then also this plant wanting more food, but we'll get onto the Fresno issue in just a moment. So vehicles then. Buildings, truck station, where should I place it? I mean, we can place it over here. It still touches and connects. But would I ever want, if I ever bring ships in? No, because whatever I want is coming from over here. And I also want to bring, this is another thing as well. You want to also collect from the machines when you're distributing the goods. So when these trucks, even though the machines can already be dropped over, but when they start producing, we get the trucks delivering the food and goods. Especially for San Diego, we can load the same trucks up with food and machines. So what I'm going to do here then, We're just going to configure it, and we're going to add a few more kind of extra length to each of these stops here, because you never know how many goods are going to be kind of planted on this. I don't want any of them to kind of go to waste. Very good, very good, very good. Now, I'm going to assume we have no vehicle depot around here. No, we don't. But first things first, let me kind of place in the little stops as well. So if we do our first vehicle stop just here, and then we'll do one, which is, again, predominantly going to be for food. Let's just go just... I mean, it all touches around here anyway. Let's just go for... Let's just go to there, because I know more growth is probably going to happen over in this direction. So it's still more centralized to the area. So we create a new line. We'll go from here down to here. Then another new line from here down to here. And that will be then delivered by the vehicles. And they should be both on opposite sides, which they are. And we'll keep it nice and basic and simple, and we'll kind of then upgrade it as time goes on. So if I put the vehicle depot just next to it. So I don't want too many vehicles on to begin with, is basically what I'm saying. So I could go for the E-trucks to reduce emissions. It only has a capacity of 20. Otherwise, I can go for something a lot bigger at 32. But it's diesel. It pollutes. Emissions is 66. This is 60. Whoa, there's a 4 difference in emissions. Okay, that's interesting. Right, what we'll do, we'll get 2 for each route. Even that might be a little bit too much with the capacity size. We'll just get 1 for each route. So, which will be route 1. And then the line 2. They're now set up. But obviously they won't do anything just yet. Not until we start seeing the food being distributed down here. So now that's all set up, it pretty much tells the food plant right now. There's now 2 more cities that want to be connected. So this might be a little bit more greedy and a little bit more hungry. So that should satisfy the LA route. It really should. But then we got the problem with Fresno. Now, weirdly enough, if you check the radius here, it does select these commercial buildings here. And when you go to build something here, those commercial buildings are food. Now, I don't know whether taking the food back and then bringing it back again kind of makes the game a bit funky and doesn't understand what it's trying to do, thus won't deliver the food. So what I'm thinking of doing is the line that brings what's meant to bring the food into Fresno, we actually make it where it's machines only. And then what we'll do, we'll have a vehicle route that will then bring the food from here to there. Just to stop any confusion, the reason why I'd want to do vehicle route, where we'll pick up the food from here to drop it into the city, is then it can also pick up more wheat and then bring it back. Thus feeding this plant a lot more, because already it needs more wheat. It's getting a lot more hungry right now. So I think that might be the case of what we need to do. So it's the darker blue one here, which is the one that's meant to bring back the machines, which has literally brought nothing back whatsoever. So if I manage this line, currently right now, it's meant to, in Fresno here, unload food, which we are just going to make it unload machines. In Phoenix, all I want it to do is then load machines. But obviously we have no... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's tools. I get it wrong already. Now, already, at the moment, we have no machines whatsoever, so that route is losing us money until we bring the machines over. But at least it's set up and ready to go when we need it. So with that said, let's get this all up and running then. So we're going to have another vehicle depot just here. We'll have a vehicle depot over here. Now, where's the best place to put this? That's not too intrusive. And also, I want to make sure that we can maximize the space of it. Oh, damn. I think I'm allergic to wheat, guys. I think the hay fever's kicking in Transport Fever 2. Well, I want to set it up where I can maybe expand it lengthways in the long run. So we'll do it just like that. And then for the truck unload stop, very basic, very simple. I'll place it just here. So this will be like a very, very simple route right now. Pick up the wheat here. Drop off the wheat, pick up the food, drop off the food, and then head back down here to repeat that same cycle all over again. Simple and very, very basic right now. There should be no issues. I don't even need to configure it because I know it's going to be that simple. So, my only issue would be, now I've got this here and doing this, will it then make my food route here in Fresno if I manage this line, do something weird, or are we already set to... Yeah, we're already set to make it do what it needs to do. Which in reality, I need to change the name of this. I've just realised I got to change the name of this. It's no longer food. It's now... Hold on. It's now machines. There we go. Sweet, mate. So, vehicle depot needed. And we're going to have to hope that this is going to work out right now. So, let's rotati this. I'm trying to be lazy here and get it in like a good spot. But I don't think I'm going to win. No, I'm not going to win. Let's just kind of keep it simple, boy. Keep it simple right now. So, we'll do 2 vehicles because even though we're delivering food and we're probably not going to have the capacity for that, it's more the capacity of the wheat farm consistently delivering, which then might make me want to have... Oh, hold on. Can one of these do all the foods? No. Ah, it does wheat, but... Yeah. Right, okay. Sweet. We'll do 3. Alright, put this on my brand new route 3. So we then should start seeing... We should then start seeing this now producing the wheats. Which will configure this to add a little bit more length on the platform. So if, you know, once it starts like throwing loads out, we can just keep producing. Now this is going to need the goods. But again, it's going to take some sweet time before we start seeing anything being placed on here. So we just literally have to play the waiting game for Fresno. It will take some time, boys, but we'll get there in the end. So are you going to distribute some over here or not? We'll see what happens. So has this started to get any food just yet? Easiest way to tell, LA, no food delivered just yet. San Diego, no. So what's going on here then, boys? Ah, there we go. Food to LA is now being bulked up. So we just got to wait for that train to come in. So where is that train? Where is the train? Aha, it's currently in the tunnel. Okay, while that's waiting there, I'm actually going to put some additional signals on. So I can get them moving further up a whole lot quicker. There we go. They can start moving up the tunnel a bit longer, or a bit closer. Sweet. So this then, is this the first time we're going to see the train coming in right now? It is. This is the first time this train is going to pick up food. Oh, this is perfect timing, boys. Perfect timing. Picks up only the 31 food it's currently got right now. That's fine. That's fine. And now we play the waiting game. So that will now skedoodle out all the way down to LA, where it will then be slowly distributed. This is going to be screaming out for food. It really is. But then again, I can also bring lots of wheat in to my distribution hub and also take it back to over here. So we can really bulk this up. Or worst case scenario, there is other food plants around. It depends how much the West Coast is going to be a greedy boy. Right, okay. Is this the train now coming in? Yes, it is, boys. And for the first time, we'll see this transition. So again, both platforms should get the food. Is this truck in time? Oh, this truck's in time. So that one on the right there only got 1, which is San Diego, which shows you San Diego is not as greedy as currently Los Angeles. Now, another thing that we'll have to do is eventually do a bus route to bring more people in. But we'll now start to see these 2 cities now start to get fed. And we got to do then the same to Fresno. So is Fresno getting any food yet? Yeah, he's had 2. So this is now working. Fresno Food Packing Company is now upgrading. Damn. But we're going to need so much more food coming in. Which is good, though. We've kind of fixed... I won't say fix those issues, but we kind of solved a lot of those slight problems we were going to have. Now, the only issue is we're also then going to throw Las Vegas onto this food route. Potentially Salt Lake City onto this food route. And, of course, Portland and Seattle. So that's 4 more cities on this food route, which is currently not doing too great. But it's best to have some food than no food anyway. So it might be a case of I'm going to have to bring more wheat in. It depends on where this bottom out's at. It depends on where it bottoms out at. But, Not too bad, boys. Not too bad right now. Not too bad. So there's lots of food waiting here as well. Does that mean, is that the train? Yes, I'm going to upgrade this vehicle. So edit this. Cargo. I'm going to add a few more of these box cars on. So I'm going to give it a 260 capacity, which is a lot. A ridiculous amount right now. The length of that is quite huge. But that should deliver more food. And then the cycle of life continues. Right, sweet. Oh, I've also forgotten. I'd forgotten Eureka and San Francisco existed. Oh, no. So many cities right now. Right, that's a headache for another time. I completely forgot about these two cities even existing right now. I've got to get these. Oh, my goodness, boys. This is amazing. Right, okay. So before I go any further then, if I do look at what produces products, we currently have only one other food plant that's not really producing. I say not producing. Yeah, it's not producing. The other ones, this one's at 300. These are fully upgraded. This Charlotte one here is not fully upgraded. That's another one that I could utilize to bring more food to, you know, the distribution hubs and whatnot. But then again, we've got two here feeding this. So maybe this one could feed around here or something. I don't know. It's stressful, boys. It is stressful right now trying to negotiate all these issues. But again, there's nothing stopping me bringing food here and then flying it over to our distribution hub here too. So, you know, that's the reason we've got these distribution hubs. So, easy, boy. Calm down. Calm down. So, with that said then, oh, there's also wheat down here, I just realised. Oh, okay. We do need to extend the passenger line anyway. That's, you know, more important right now. So, I'm always doing it by my 4-stop route. That's how I've always been doing it lately. And right now, we're going to go Seattle, Portland to Fresno. Then we've got one more stop on the line, which I don't know how I feel about that. I might just extend the Hermosillo, Phoenix, LA, Fresno up to these two as well. Integrate them two on that same line. And just add more trains on so they're a lot more frequent. I think that's what we're probably going to end up doing. Now, for the stations up here, we've got to be a little bit careful. We can implement wood from over here to bring it down to there. I wonder if... No, there's not going to be something I can connect to it. That'll be a separate station altogether. But if you ever bring up wood and steel to bone over here, we can also produce more machines. But we're most likely going to bring it to Los Angeles anyway. So I don't think that's a major thing right now because I have the same problem with the food. I don't have enough steel plants. So, right. Where are we going to run this train line? I think the obvious thing to do here will be go through this center. But they're not going to like it, but they will learn to love it, boys. No, actually, I'm going to go through here. What's the elevation like? Right, we'll sort out the elevation here. So we'll go for a nice little flattening, increase the strength. And then we'll create our own little road. That's going to tear through up here. Maybe go to the side and create like an end station. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So my end station then, if I go to buildings, and we'll go passenger, even though we're going to throw some cargo on anyway. Now, how far does this reach if I did it there versus, let's say, in here? The only problem with in here is the bend that we'll have to do. I'm not a fan of it, unless I delete all this road. And rather than an end station, I do like a side platform one. Let me go super long on this. And we do it here, and we'll connect the road to it. It just means doing some more terraforming, by the way. Which they're not going to love me getting rid of their rivers and lakes. So if I did this here, that should be a great connection to various places around the area. Boom. Right, we'll come back and configure that. We'll come back and configure it. So I would then want to do for this one, maybe one like about here. No, there. Here? Oh, this is going to be detrimental to this place. I might shorten this. Well, if I placed it here... No? Steady, I can make your mind up, you damn fool. We'll place it there. Okay, we'll place it here. Which they're ultimately not going to like. But what I'm going to do to this city from building this is going to change their world. Oh no, have I not got electric on that one? Or high speed, sorry. Right. We delete one platform. And on both sides, that one platform becomes the cargo platform. There's not really a lot going on in this town apart from distributing people and moving them around. Oh, hang on, I'm building extra train tracks here. So I don't think I'll need too much. So miscellaneous, get the little underpass just there. We'll get the passenger building down as well. Well, how far do I take? Yeah, we'll go there. Sweet. And unfortunately, we're going to have to delete. Delete. We'll delete that road as well. And we'll reconfigure it ourselves. But let me just get the road in here first. To where we'll have connected. Oh, what that? Oh, damn, boy. Calm down, calm down. There we go. So it's connected both sides. And then we're just going to quickly configure this station. I don't know why this station I've made it so long now, thinking about it. I don't think I needed to. So just keep it to the same size as what we've got in, which is in Portland. So I'll still place it up here though, so it's kind of like, do I make it touch now? It's like I don't want to destroy too much of their industry. But I know at the same time, it will grow back. That's the thing. It will grow back. So I'm going to destroy pretty much majority of their industry. I've done the same thing here. I've, oh, we don't need, at the same time, we don't need to build the same type of train station. Well, because it is technically an en route. So we can get away with doing something just like this. Passenger. And to be honest with you, I don't really need to do this either. I could have had one side passenger, one side cargo, but at least it gives me options. It gives me options. I you know, you could just assume. All right, no underpass there. Don't need to do it on the other side just yet. There's no point at this moment in time. There really isn't. So let me just quickly upgrade then the bits I'm now missing, which is it high speed? Yeah, I didn't just do that. I did do that one line high speed, and that's kind of annoying. Right then, let's get these now connected. So unfortunately, boys, you're going to be deleted. Unfortunately. And so that's going to kind of go across here, through there. And we'll bend it round. It makes no sense to bend it round. But this is the cards I've been dealt. So whatever the connection is here, we'll go with it. Now, of course, we need to do a crisscross, so we'll do the crisscross just here. Very good, sir. Very good. And then this is going to be interesting, because this is obviously going to go straight across here. But there's a collision. Now, we'll go for the big boy bridges. Aha! That looks beautiful to me. Alright, this is not going to play ball now, is it? Okay, it does. We'll bring you in as soon as we leave. Now, can you do a crisscross on a bridge? Oh my goodness me, you can. But you're going to lose that. So I'd rather do the crisscross after. So we still get to keep the bridge style in them. And now we need to get these connected here. So Won't do any tunnels. These overpasses. No, we'll keep them standard. Nothing too crazy. I don't want nothing elaborate on this main stretch. And that does exactly what I need it to do. Because I can always build a station there if needs be. But these are pretty much now connected. So we'll bring you out now. Slight little bend as we can skadoodle through here. Connecting you in. Bam, 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 bam. Now, how big are these cities going to get? Truly, ultimately, I do not know. Where would be the natural connection for this running all the way up? Where does the natural connection take place? So it runs down. It starts to kind of slightly go uphill. Oh no, this is all a tunnel. Oh, the tunnel starts there. Okay, that works. And doesn't pop back out till about here. Do you know what? That actually works pretty fine. And that's going to cost me 8 million to build. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we've got to do the crisscrosses, obviously. Because you just never know. To be honest with you, you don't really need it there. Because they're not going to be crisscrossing. But it's just to cover your backs. We've got the crisscross just there as well. We've got to add the signals in. But that's a long stretch right there. From Fresno to... That's probably the longest stretch between stations, right? Like we've got anywhere right now. The longest distance between cities of each line station. I don't think there's anywhere else that's a bigger gap. Because, like, you know, there to there, short. I mean, that and there to there, not really. Nashville to Detroit could be probably the next longest one. But that's going to be the longest one between... That means the train's going to get some serious speed, boys, if it lets it. Right, let's just do some smoothing on the terrain right now. So, I haven't kind of been detrimental to the environment. And everyone still loves me. Now, for some reason, the game keeps freezing right now when I'm trying to do all this. It now takes forever and a day to kind of... I know it freezes. What are you freezing for, boy? I'm holding the click button. Right, it seems quite important around here, though. Okay, it's froze again. And again. Kind of can't win. So I wonder then if we're able to do any road crossings. I mean, you can do a road crossing, but the slope is too much, apparently. Wonder if, even if you rose it. No, you're not gonna get one there. What about here? You could get one there. Which, the trains aren't going to be that frequent, so I don't see there being much going on. So I'm going to delete this. Could not connect. We're going to smoothen all this off again now, don't we? Right, will they allow me to create a connection now? Up to there, yes. Like I said, there's not really going to be much going on here. There's not going to be too much traffic going on. So I reckon having those little crossings there would be fine. Down in Seattle's not too bad. I can see this cutting straight across here. Why is that an issue? Is it because of this? Alright, again, smoothing it all off. I'm just trying to help the cities out is what I'm trying to do. That to there. And if I put the little bend on, could we create a little swoosh? Down to here, maybe. Now I'll let the city naturally build itself up, but I will add in this coming straight down, and then maybe this coming straight down as well. Or maybe the swoosh connects there. I mean, would it be a swoosh? Just for the sake of city growth, this is how I'm doing it. Oh, I'm raising there. I didn't mean to raise. Because the more roads I do, the more connectivity we have, the better for the city. Bam. Bam. Right, glorious. Let Seattle do what it's got to do. That all connects down to there, down into Fresno. Which you're already starting to see road connections now taking place. So, that line then, which it'll be one of my people lines, wouldn't it? People. So, we're looking for Fresno to Hermosillo, which is this one here. So, right, starts in Fresno, goes to LA, goes to Phoenix, back to Hermosillo, back to Phoenix, back to LA. Then it would obviously go to, like I said, Fresno. But then it will go to Portland, then to Seattle, back to Portland, and then it ends. Oh no, I've done this wrong. Seattle, Portland. There's a random Fresno now, isn't there? So when it got to LA, sorry. So Fresno to LA, to Phoenix, to Hermosillo, back to Phoenix, back to LA. Then it will repeat, go back to Hingy, here. So on here, we've got to add the station. So it puts it after. Then to Portland, then to Seattle, back to Portland. And it will then loop back to Fresno. That's what we need it to do. But when it comes first into here, which is fine on that side, this second time in Fresno, it needs to be on the other side of the train tracks. Making sure it does both sides here. Yeah. So that is quite a long train network right now. It's longer than I would normally do it, which I'm like 50-50 on whether I like it or shorten it. I don't really know. The one thing we can do to kind of solve it is to add more trains to it. So if I manage the vehicles and say I added 2 more trains to it. So obviously trains are becoming a lot more frequent right now. That could help us out. But I'm not a fan of this. If I'm completely honest with you guys, I'm not a fan of doing the full length like that. I really am not. But we'll have to see what now happens. Also, this is the funkiest train station I've ever built in my life. I'm not a huge fan of the huge lengths, but worse things have been created. Worse things have been created. So we'll just see what happens now. We'll see what happens. But at least these guys up here are now connected anyway. So they're already starting to get people, you know, getting on the actual train at Portland. Oh, and Seattle too. Okay, let's go. Let's go, boys. Now, to maximize these cities, the obvious thing to do would be to create a bus route connecting everybody from around the city to the actual train station itself. So like this Fresno one right now, it doesn't really touch much of the city. So that's where we're going to have to kind of help us out. Also, it might be a good idea to put this, when this train comes in, to stop on this side. To not trip up the actual train lines coming in. But again, that's all just headaches and shenanigans for another time. We'll just see what happens with all of this. But it's definitely going to be interesting anyway. It's definitely going to be interesting. How far are these trains coming away from right now? They're coming from here, aren't they? Did that one just come out? What are you? Has a train gone up yet? Yes. Oh, yeah, there's a train here. 65 people currently on board. I'll pick up a few people right now in Portland. Oh, that's on the wrong side of the tracks there. Oh, no, it's on the right side. So no, it is on the wrong side. Okay, Portland here. That's got to be flipped on that side. And then the other Portland. There we go. It's a good job we checked that, wasn't it? It was a good job we checked it. Right, train for the tunnel. Which is a long way to go. Oh, and now I've got to do signals. Because now I'm utilizing this. I've just realized now I've got to do signals on this. Alright, there we go, boys. mean, I shouldn't really be doing it on some of these. Alright, back into play mode now. Right, I'll go to there with it for now. At least they're now moving. I just want to see how much... Yo, that train's getting some speed. I ain't gonna lie. It's getting some serious speed right now. Right, oh, 2 trains at once here. Let's go. Nice. So that's now got to wait for the other trains to skedoodle out of here. Right. Let's do these a little bit longer because of the sheer distance. We're doing them a little bit longer now, so they're not always stopping and starting. Yeah, no, it's probably as good as you want it there at that point. Nice! So, can be a little chaotic with the amount of trains that we do have. That's only going to be a given when you start kind of adding more to your same networks. But we've got the signals in place anyway, so everyone should take their sweet, sweet time. Right, this is good stuff right now. We're now connected even further. So the whole of the West Coast, apart from Cabo San Lucas over here and Las Vegas and obviously Salt Lake, they're not technically connected just yet, but we're looking pretty good so far. We're looking pretty good. So if I ever want to, we'll eventually get those on, don't worry. But if I ever wanted to start getting the machines being produced right now, we would need to bring wood to LA. Now, when it comes to wood, I don't think there's many places that we utilize. We've got the Pittsburgh sawmill, the Portland, and then we have the Newport one, which is the one up here, the one in question. Now, what do you reckon the best way is to get these goods shipped down? Obviously via train, right? But I don't know whether to do something a little bit different and utilize ships. Because it would then also allow me to drop off the goods in San Francisco in Eureka at the same time as the ships come back up. Because it's hard to get trains to them. So what I could do is, because the ships take too long, I can actually vehicle the wood down to here. Build a harbour that will pick up the wood. Take the wood all the way down to LA, which will drop it off, and obviously then start feeding it with the machines, obviously. But then, what if it also then picked up food and machines on the ships, and then took them back to San Francisco and Eureka? I mean, these two cities will slowly get fed. I could also set up a passenger route that will bring people back down as well. Interesting, boys. Very interesting right now. Okay. Okay. So if I was to do that then, let me first bring this road down a bit here and then do a little bit of a left-hand turn. So that there, if I get the harbour connected to that road, meaning I've got to dig in slightly, that will connect to this. So the harbour itself, the cargo harbour, we need to push the, obviously we need to push this back. We know this. We know this. Let's go back a bit to here. We've got to smoothen it because we're going to be way too high here. There we go. And then will this now connect? Oh, that okay. That road's way too high. Well, let's try this again. What's going on with it? Okay, right, do you know what? Build the harbour first. Build the harbour first. Right, place you just there for a hot min. And then... obviously we're smoothing as much as we can, but nothing helps like the flattening tool. Do it just down here as well. Sweet, mate. So then a road coming off this, which connects to it beautifully. There we go. We're now connected. So we'll come back to this and reconfigure this momentarily. We need to set up a route that's obviously going to deliver the food down here. Now, obviously, train would be the easiest one, but... Oh, snap, it does connect. Oh, yes. Okay, we're going to do train. We're going to do train. We're going to do train. Small little cargo commuter train. All right. That's cargo there. And we'll... Oh, wrong button. Wrong button, boys. That's cargo here. Nice. So that already connects to here. So we'll have goods waiting on this platform. But this platform's now not long enough. So let me configure this. Two platforms. Deux platform. Okay. So train tracks. Alright, we'll come to here. Because we then need to technically bend it around. So there, and then go in. That's all we need to do on that. That's literally all we need to do. And then we have to apply the same logic to this. To then go this way. And that's it. That's literally all I need to do. So a new line here to here, here to here, and then repeat. That's literally all it needs to do right now. Glorious. Glorious. Oh, damn, boys. This is fancy. Which also means I got a cargo hub here I could ship goods over, but that would be too much of an epic. Okay. So where's my train thingy just here? Okay, sweet. Let's buy a new train then, so... Electric, cargo, and obviously it's got to carry wood, which will be these flat cardboard stakes. So I do have 100 capacity, so it's not too big, but just enough to kind of carry vast amounts. And it will be now my line... Would it be line 4? Let me zoom in here. Yes, line 4. So that's now done. So that will then start delivering the wood to the plank factory, which you can now see that there's plank or wood starting to now store up on this station here. And then we should see, yeah, wood storing up over here as well. That was a happy accident. Obviously, when it's on this side, when it comes to Portland ore, get it on the opposite side because there's two platforms you can utilize, but it's going to get filled up on this pretty quick anyway, as you can now see. So yeah, it's going to get pretty much filled up on this pretty quick. But it might be the 100 needed to be maximum capacity. That's perfect. Okay, sweet. So we'll now configure this. Delete you to get some larger cargo. So we'll do it like this. Large landings. Oh, it's the terrain here knocking us off a bit, isn't it? There we go. There we go. So, 2 landings for 2 ships. Because we'll make one stop at San Francisco on the way back and the other one stop at Eureka. And that's how we'll do it. So then we got to make the... Hopefully... Now, this is going to be the difficult bit. the cargo run to stop in and connect to both of these. Which you can see it... You can see it's going to be difficult. But what we needed to do is we needed to kind of connect to both of these. So I need it within this area here. Right, this is going to be fun. Very fun. So let's first smoothen it. We'll smoothen first. Obviously, it won't change much because it's way too low. So we're going to have to pause to delete it. We have to delete it, unfortunately. And then we're going to flatten to go back in just ever so slightly. We'll then smoothen. Smoothen. Right, we'll throw this here. And then it's a case of how can I get this road? Alright, connects there. Connects there. We need that to come down. That to come down. Too much of a slope, apparently. I mean, it is quite a bit of a slope, isn't it? Right, I've got to do it for the greater good, unfortunately. Straight down. And what, that's too much of a slope now? Right, I'm sorry, guys, okay? You'll thank me for it in the long run. You will thank me for it in the long run. Right, I just wish it didn't keep stopping now. As we're trying to do this. It's like the game's trying to calculate right now. Right, I'm doing all this right, and it still might not connect. Okay? It still might not connect. Right, perfect. We've got these beautiful grids. Continue the smoothing of the area. Very good. And here, moment of truth. Okay, doesn't touch that, but it doesn't mean we're out. We know we're down and out just yet. So there. Okay. We've got to push it back a bit more. Now the slope is still going down. Right, delete you. And then we need to flatten it back a bit more. Smoothen. Now this is going to be the hard bit. This is going to be the hard bit. So you there. So, bit of road. Slope is too much. Okay. What if I delete that? That connects. That connects. Please tell me that works. Please tell me that's connected. It is. It's connected to it. That's all I needed to do. That's all I needed to do. But look at the monstrosity that I've caused in doing this. So, get these going now sideways. I'm wondering if I can, I know it connects now, so we're okay. Actually, if I go... I should have done the bend here as well. Too much. Too much, Zodiac. Right, let's just double check again. It does connect. Beautiful. We've had to kind of reconfigure LA. We've built our very own Long Island. Right, okay, configure this. Oh, that's a pain. That's been a pain, right? Right, cargo-wise, again, we'll stick out. Come on, boy. Why can't I build this? For a second there, wouldn't let me place it down. Right, landings, bam, bam. We're now good to go. We're officially good to go, boys. So I could bring the wood now down on a boat. I could bring the wood down in a boat. There's no point me... Oh, actually, I could bring food down, because when the food gets dropped off to LA, right now it gets distributed between San Diego and LA. I could also drop some food off here too, which will then get taken up. So, yeah, in reality, I'm going to need to do some hubs here as well, which is going to be... Okay, we'll leave this for another time, because I feel like I need to get more set up for this. Let me just do a route down here to here. And then we'll eventually get these all set up. I'm going to do 2 routes. Because one route will stop off at San Francisco, one route will stop off at Eureka. Let me just make sure we are utilizing both ones. So in LA, you go to that one. There we go. We are utilizing both, so we can get loaded up on both right now. That's very good. Very good, sir. Very good. So, boat... depot. We'll place it just there. That'll be fine. And then buy some boats. So, cargo-wise, what we're looking at then. So, the Merlin does 20 miles an hour. These do 19. So, the Merlin's the quickest one, which can carry the wood... No, sorry, carry the plain timber. Also bring back the machines and the food. So, it does everything I want for it. We're going to get 2 on each line. Line 5. Line 6. There we go. Should do us justice. We get 1 to go the opposite way, if he doesn't already. Make a head start going down that way while this loads up. So yeah, this should then load up. There's actually no wood stored here at the moment. Now this is currently waiting because there's trains here waiting because of signals. We have signal issues. We have signal issues, boys. Great stuff. There we go. So we just want to double check that we are producing it. It is placing it down on here. So as it drops off, this will now start producing wood slowly. And we should get plenty. Yeah, the timber on both sides. Nice. Right, okay. Those, how far do I do until I make the boats turn around? I want to try and get them even. I reckon when they get to San Francisco here, we'll make these 2 here turn back around. Or make these 2 at the start here turn back around. So then we're kind of almost evenly distributed. There's always one loading as one's loading this end. And so on and so on. Ooh, damn. I reckon this is going to be a good idea. I mean, you're not going to get it as frequent as you would like. But it would be a good idea. I could just get more boats on the routes. Right, we'll turn this one round now. Turn this one round now. And then we'll just have more as time goes on. Sweet. So, considering LA is all the way over here, I mean, these are going to eventually merge in the middle. Now, we have a lot more food here for the LA route. So, manage the vehicles. A duplicate. There we go. Always dropping the goods off. Shows you how hungry LA is compared to San Diego. Here comes the other one. Passenger trains here as well. Glorious. So we have been hemorrhaging money lately. We've been spending so much cash to the point where our expenses are now higher than our income, which is actually quite worrying when you think about it logically. I reckon, and I'm going to throw this out there right now, I'm going to go on a whim right now and say there's a train jam somewhere. Because we seem to not be able to make... There is a train jam here. This is why we've been losing cash right now. I don't know why we've got that signal there. We are losing cash right now. Big time. Right, let me reverse this one. If that didn't come out and cause that issue there, we'll be okay. Because that's now going to try and come back out, which it can't. That needs to go into that same section here. Oh dear. Oh dear. So I'm going to kind of try and move these up a bit more. That can then move up. To allow that one to move to the next one. No wonder we were losing money, guys. We have a mega train jam here. I've got to sort this all out. This is a shambles. Well, they should now all kind of flow through nice and evenly. I might need to start thinking about it, guys. Creating dedicated routes, or at least 4-lane routes. Because we do have a lot of trains cadoodling by right now. That is shocking. How long's that been like that, though? Oh, it's been like that enough where this has now gone down to level 1. This has gone back down to level 1 as well. Oh my goodness me. Do I have any issues elsewhere? I do. I got the same issues over here as well. But is that being back done from all these issues? Or is this a separate issue? Oh my, oh my. Right, why do we have that here? I will never know. Oh, so they're when I'm trying to come in. Which will now start to slowly move all of this. My oh my! The downfall of the signals, boys. So the whole of the East Coast has come to an abrupt stop, hasn't it, really? It has come to an abrupt stop. Which has just caused ultimate chaos and backlog. But we now should be moving. Takes a while. Now, problem here is... These guys also want to now come out, and they can't come out. Because I deleted that signal, but if I'm going to move this signal down here, that should move at least one of the trains now out. Right, it's not a good idea to have a signal there right after it. Because it stops any train trying to do the turn in or turn out. Damn, I didn't realise how much of a chaos this area was going to be. Right, we'll let it do what it's got to do, boys. We'll let it slowly unravel itself right now. But we've still got a lot of work to get done. A lot of work to get done. The backlogs kind of extend back for quite some distance right now. But we've got to, like I said, slowly let it unravel itself. And then we can slowly start to fix things. We're going to have to create some dedicated solo routes to some areas where they don't trip over some of the main network. But we're starting to see movement again. It's not great. It's not great, but we'll get there. We will get there right now. Is there still movement over here again? Yeah, it's all now slowly starting to move on the east coast right now. Alright, movement's now taking place, which hopefully we start to see revenue increase. It must have been going on for quite some time because well, you can see the downfall of the income. So definitely been going on for quite some time right now. Any more movement still? What's going on over here? So they're waiting to go one of many, many ways. There is one train stopping everybody. There is one train stopping everybody right now. Oh no, they are moving, sorry. I think they're just waiting their turns, weren't they? Which you now make more trains move. Okay. So what we'll look towards doing, maybe next episode then, because if this becomes a really, really big issue, I'm going to go bankrupt really, really quickly. But we'll start creating some dedicated routes. Like, for example, you know the route that carries the ore from over here to here? It has to go through this train station, through here. What if, as I made it come down here, it went alongside the station, went under as a tunnel, and then popped back up to go in this direction, thus not having to utilize any of this section here, which means that's 4 trains off that route. You know what I mean? Then the route that brings, let's say for example, the steel from here to over here. What if that had a separate line that just went alongside all of this and never had to interact with any of the crisscrossal junctions? That's an extra train off that route. Stuff like that now needs to be done. Otherwise, we're going to have a crippling train network. Damn. Too many trains. Too many trains, boys. Too many trains right now. Like having that there a bit too soon as well. Because the back end of that stops that train from going in. But it's not an issue. Well, it is an issue, but it's not a big issue. It's something that's quite easy for us to be able to solve. But you can see right now, literally all of them trying to get in and out is a huge hindrance for them. Does that train station here? No, it doesn't touch that. I wonder if that would be a better way to bring the coal in, but no. That there is our Chicago to Montreal route. Chicago to Montreal. Yeah, that wants to go out as well. No one can come in or go out because they're all now stuck. Coal. That is the Boston to Chicago. You want to go get the coal, so you've got to go to the right. You can't go to the right because of what's going on here. So I might just throw a cheeky little sig just there to move that train along. To get some more movement coming out. But it's not going to work. Because we stop again and we just move the pain elsewhere. Where are you wanting to go here? You're wanting to go get bring the food. But you can't come in because of what's going on down here. Right, guys, this is actually quite a big issue now. Thinking about it, it is actually quite a dramatic issue. Now, you can't come into the food because you've got too much stuff going on here. Damn. It is quite painful. So we'll have to switch out the machines onto this one to that one. To run a separate line going all the way through. Up to here. That ore is not a big problem. Well, it is, but it's not a huge problem. But we need to solve all of this traffic issue. So this is going to be quite a lot of fun. And this is what we'll start utilizing and implementing in the next episode. So guys, next episode then has written itself. It is now the traffic solving episode. Which that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually quite excited for this because we can do a lot of work to enable us to have a lot more freedom and a lot more connectivity. We have a lot of lines that do come in and go here, there and everywhere that we can kind of then, you know, separate them from the rest of the lines. So that should be quite some fun to get done. And we should be able to take about 50% of the traffic off these junctions with some dedicated routes as well. And changing up how some of them go to some of the certain stations too. So this is what happens when you throw a gazillion trains on. you're gonna have issues, boys. So until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.